Hi, I'm Jack Molisani, and welcome to Day 3 of Adobe DITAWORLD. I am the Executive Director of the LavaCon Conference on Content Strategy. I'm also the President of ProSpring Technical Staffing, an agency that specializes in recruiting and placing technical communication professionals like you. I want to take a minute just to say something about LavaCon, and then we'll dive into today's presentation. LavaCon started in Hawaii. That's why it's called LavaCon. And we eventually brought the conference to the mainland United States, and we've been in Europe twice now. We specialize in how to implement content professional enterprise-wide content strategy initiatives. We have really big names talking about really important stuff, but we also have a sense of playfulness. So if you give me a minute, I'd like to play a recap video, which is where we're going to be this year in Portland, Oregon in October. Watch this. Tell me what you think. If you do want to attend LavaCon, check out the program on our website and use the referral code GUIDES24 for $200 off in-person tuition, although we do have a virtual track and you can attend virtually as well. All right, let's jump into today's presentation. We had some great sessions on day one and day two, especially about some of the new features coming out, generative AI. I wanted to start today with a focus on career advancement. Your career advancement, specifically through personal branding. I like to start all my presentations off with defining a term. I was at a conference a couple of months ago where our name tag said, ask me about, and something we specified while registering. Either ask me about data, ask me about content marketing, ask me about whatever it is that you want to be known for. And I thought, what a great example of personal branding. That whole concept of personal branding could be summed up in that one statement, ask me about. So if we're going to talk about personal branding, let's get a definition first. This is from businessdictionary.com. A brand is a unique design, sign, symbol, words, or a combination of these employed in creating an image that identifies a product and differentiates it from its competitors. So some examples of branding: Tide brand cleaning product, Kleenex brand facial tissue, and of course, Mercedes. All right, so these are all examples of corporate brands. Companies spend billions of dollars building brand recognition. Why? So people remember and buy their products, specifically their brand of that product, right? They also want to differentiate themselves from their competitors. We're better, faster, stronger, cheaper, however you want to be positioned against those other companies. Now, I said we're talking about personal branding. I mean, clearly branding has to do with soap and cars and everything else, but what does that have to do with you? That's where personal branding comes in. Just as a company creates a brand and promotes why people should buy that product or service, so should you create a personal brand and promote why people should buy your product or service. And by buy, I don't just mean selling something to the general public. Even if you are within a corporate or a large organization, you get a salary for which you perform some service, right? You want that promotion. You want more resources. That's all part of this. One of the best examples of personal branding I've ever seen is from Andrea Ames from IBM, who, when asked what does she do for a living, says, "I solve business problems." Not I'm a tech writer, not I am a content strategist, not I'm a usability expert, all of which she is, but that's not how she positions herself within the company. Really, executives don't care about one space or two after a period. What they do care about is increasing market share, decreasing time to market, which helps generate revenue, decreasing costs like translation costs, right? All of which that is in our area. We can help with that. Plus, I asked her once, how do you find business problems to solve? And she said, I ask for them. Every quarter I get on my director's calendar, sit down and said, what problems are you facing that my team can take off your plate, right? Another example, reason I like this personal brand is if there is a layoff, who do you think they're going to lay off first? The person solving all their business problems? No. So there's an inherent value to both your organization and to you to have a strong personal brand. In their book, Built to Last, the authors state that of the visionary companies they studied, all had a history of responding to market changes while simultaneously staying true to their core values. And Lord knows that we are in a situation where we're having to respond to market changes. We just went through a pandemic. Many companies or organizations or countries are facing either recessions or fear of recession. So there are a lot of market changes to respond to. Sharon Burton, who's been a technical communication professional for quite a while, ended up rebranding. And her story is so perfect, again, an illustration of this concept, that I'm just going to read it in her own words because I couldn't phrase it better myself. She said, and I quote, "The whole reason I got into Tech Comm was not because I loved to write. It was because I loved being at the crossroads of people and technology, and I could make a difference. That's why I do what I do. When the recession hit and I got laid off, it forced me to re-examine what drives me in this field, what excites me. I realized what was true when I started is just as true now. I love being at the intersection of people and technology." So the process of rebranding wasn't just calling myself a content strategist. It included re-educating myself and repositioning myself so I could effectively offer the services that companies need as the very ground beneath them changes. We're in a content development revolution. Companies don't need just user manuals anymore. They need multi-channel publishing to deliver the right content at the right time on the right device in the right language. That is what companies are spending money on, and they need help to do it right. And again, you being here at Adobe DITAWORLD, you are learning that too. Alvin Toffler, an American writer known for his works discussing the digital revolution, takes this concept of responding to market changes a step further. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. How many times have we had to relearn how we go about generating content? From yellow pads of paper decades ago to, FrameMaker, and then DITA, and then now all these other tools, generative AI, so many things to learn, but that's why we're here, to learn those things. So let's just take a look at a few of the things we've learned in the first 2 days of DITAWorld. Certainly DITA and micro content. Nobody wants to read a 24-page document on a cell phone, right? So there you're doing structured authoring. And that way you can develop or deliver the right content to the right people on the right device and the right language. We're learned about how to use AI to streamline content creation. So many things that you can specialize and be known for within your organization or to your customers. So I'm going to end this presentation with, what should people ask you about? I'm going to say thank you. As a recruiter, the first place I look for people when I have job openings is on LinkedIn. So please connect with me. And with that, we are going to go into our next session this morning. I think we have a few minutes to grab some coffee before we start, but I'm going to turn this over to Holly Muscolino. She's the Group Vice President at IDC and speaking on how a CMS powers digital transformation. So enjoy your day, learn some new things, and I'll see you soon.